Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thriving Women Shine, the podcast. I'm your host, Leslie Joy, and we have producer Layla J in the building. Hello, Layla J.
Hey, stars!
We have an amazing show for you today, and sitting in our guest chair is Ebony Larry of Ebony's Tax Service. She's discussing smart tax moves to make right now. You may think it's too early to discuss taxes, but a lot of decisions you make now can help you win for the upcoming tax season. In 2009, before moving here to Atlanta, Ebony received her tax preparer certification through Jackson Hewitt Tax School. Since then, each year she has been renewing the information that she has learned and has been able to be essential so she can continue helping others save and get the most out of their tax dollars. On December 20th of this year, she will be graduating from Financial Peace University, where she has gained more knowledge and insight in understanding accounting and understanding your dollar value. Ebony is married and a mother to a beautiful little girl. Audience, meet Ebony Larry. Everyone, welcome Ebony to our show, and thank you so much for joining us today, Ebony.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I greatly appreciate it. Hello, everyone.
Hello. So let's dive right into these tax moves, Ebony. Smart tax moves that you can make now going into 2019. The big question, Ebony, is when is the first day that we can submit our tax paperwork to the IRS?
All right. The first day that the IRS will start accepting returns will be Monday, January the 21st, 2019. And, of course, the last day that they will accept will be 4/15/2019.
All right. I know that's a big day for a lot of people, and I know that's probably a huge day for your office as well.
Oh, yes. They're going to be rolling in.
All right. Also, so what is the jump in the standard deductions this year that's different than last year? I heard that it's a lot of good stuff.
Yes, I'm glad you asked that question. For a lot of us who are receiving tax returns, as well as those who have to, pay back a little bit, we're going to be so excited. The tax rates have reduced this year, meaning that your standard deduction has increased. For single, the standard deduction this year alone is $12,000 versus $6,350 from last year.
Wow.
For married, jointless, or widowed, the standard deduction for you all now is $24,000 versus the $12,700 from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Also, married filing separate, the new deduction is $12,000 versus the $1,350 from last year. And head of household, the biggest one of them all, it is now increased to $18,000 versus $9,350 from last year.
Oh.
So we really increased big time on those numbers. So that's something a lot of us can look forward to, because it definitely will break us and increase our tax refund. And for those who have to pay taxes, it has now lowered your tax payment. So that's something to look forward to.
All right. I love it. It sounds awesome. Thank you, Jesus. And all right, I had also heard, Ebony, that there are new ways to use your 529 savings plan. Is it true that you can use it while your kids are in school now, grades K through 12?
Yes, it is true that you can now use up to $10,000 per beneficiary. If you got two kids, each child has up to $10,000 that can be used towards their tuition. with K through 12. Also, now they've put it into place where if you have a 529, you can roll those over into ESA, which is Education Savings Account, or ABLE account. You also have the option to cash it out. If you're not going to use it for that child, or you got some other opportunity. But if you cash it out, it's definitely going to be a penalty.
Okay.
So in order to avoid that, try rolling it over into another account. Like I said, the ABLE account is a much better account to roll those those incomes back into. So that's the new changes that I've seen so far with the 529.
Yes, that's wonderful, because this will be the first year that us parents are able to use those 529 saving plans for our kids' expenses this year, correct?
Yes.
I like it. That sounds really great, and it will be a huge help to parents who've already been putting up money aside for their children. And if there's something that they need, and the reason why they're pulling out those funds, they can definitely go ahead and utilize that opportunity now.
Yes, and definitely if you guys, need more information, this is something that, has caught your interest, you can go to the IRS.gov website, type in the search bar, section 529, and they will give you the answers to all your questions and all the new changes that has passed over into law.
Yes, okay, absolutely. Now, Ebony, what about healthcare expenses? What should we be doing to make sure that we have enough money put aside for our expenses medically? And do you recommend the HSA or the HFA?
Good questions here. In my recent learnings pertaining to what we do and what we don't need, it kind of varies. You got to compare there. But this is what I will say. As we all know, this day and age, having insurance is a necessity. We have to have it. It can be costly, hard to cover, but I just have a few suggestions here with putting together a budget plan where you can put aside a few dollars each pay period, just a little bit to go into a savings, a safe, or a cash envelope. That's one way you can save. Or, people with looking into your HSA or your FSA, which is offered by most employers. That's a way that you can put money into your healthcare insurance.
Okay.
I can say the HSA is a healthcare savings account, and with that account, it's pre-tax dollars. It gives a nice tax incentive based on your healthcare needs. The pros of having that account is the pre-tax. The funds carry over from year to year. That's a big plus with the HSA account, is having the funds roll over from year to year. Because, 1 year you may get sick 3-4 times that year and have to, spend out a lot. Where 1 year you only go to the doctor once, for your yearly checkup. So having those funds being able to roll over is a good pro about having a health savings account. Also, the HSA account funds can be invested to something such as an IRA account.
Okay.
So in another that I also read of was the ability to purchase over-the-counter medications. That is the good thing about that. The only thing about having a healthcare savings account is, your deductible is going to be a little bit higher to qualify. That's the only thing. And sometimes some HSA accounts have a higher annual fee that you would pay, but most of us don't have to deal with that if you're going through an employer. So that's a good thing about that. Now, with a flexible spending account, it covers your medical bills, your dental bills, or your dependent care. So you have a little bit more flexibility with that spending of the money that you put into that account. However, with that account, you got to use all that money by the end of the year. that is something a lot of people have to consider. Coming, with that spending account. Will I spend all my money in 1 year, or how can I get it all spent up? That's the only bad thing about that. But other than that, the FSA account is the same as the HSA account. It's pre-tax. It covers. You basically have more control over your money. You don't have to all spend it just on health. You can spend it on the dependent. Those of you who work a lot and have to have child care services, that is a big plus for some of us. Having a little money put back for that. You can swipe that card and keep going. Child care is paid for with that. You don't have to, spend anything extra with that. Also, with the FSA, it covers medical procedures that's not covered by your insurance. Some people insurance, such as LASIK eye surgery or getting braces or something like that. You can use that to pay for that. So, it kind of depends on what you're willing to lose. And the only bad thing that I can say about the flexible spending account is that you got to use it all up in 1 year. So if you don't have kids that's in child care, or you're not sick often, you're probably just doing annual checkups. I would probably say get a HSA account. But if you have children that you're needing this aftercare for, or you're going to the doctor, they braces or something like that, it's definitely best to get a FSA account. That's my opinion.
All right. Thank you for breaking that down. I definitely appreciate that. And that also gives me a lot to think about in regards to setting up for the HFA or the HSA. So thank you in regards to getting that cleared up for us. And as we're going into or as we are in December, a lot of times people who are employed are either about to receive a merit increase, or they'll be getting one at the beginning of January. Can you tell us, with those, with our merit increase pay, should we be increasing our 401k? Some of us have 403b accounts. Should we be increasing our contributions? Should we be funding our HSA accounts? And do you know if it is true that you can defer all of your last paycheck if you are on the brink of going into another tax bracket because of that pay merit?
Right. Okay. Those of you that may face that, taking those, take that extra income and definitely put it into something such as your HSA account or your 401k. My opinion, honestly, would to just if you have to start out with only one, it would be to fund a little bit more into your health savings account, because you can always, come right back and save a little bit more for the future. But if you can, do both. That's so important. A lot of employers offer 401k. Some people don't take, they be like, oh, I just got a pension plan. That's nothing. That 401k is what you would need, and check with them, because some of them offer match. They put in, a little percentage, or they match what you put into the account, and it definitely, helps, and it both go into retirement. The HSA account, again, is triple tax free. The word free. Wow. So you're not paying taxes on to any of that money that's into that account. Again, if you're able to contribute to both and you're eligible, I definitely, recommend doing that and putting money into maybe an IRA or a Roth IRA, because you don't have age limits. You can it's pre-tax, and having things that are pre-tax is really beneficial to all of us, hard-working Americans who get up every day and go out here and try to, save something for later on. You don't have to worry about that money being taxed towards you. So I definitely would recommend trying to fund both, but if you have to, make a choice right now, just do the HSA, because it's triple tax-free. However, with say you have a 401k now, and you have up to probably like 10, 15, 20,000 in that account, you can take that money out of that 401k and put it into a pre-tax account, such as an IRA or a Roth IRA, because, you know, like I said, with the Roth IRA, you have a little bit more flexibility, and it's pre-tax. Again, tax-free, so if you withdraw money out of it, you're not being taxed to it. So definitely look into something like that. If you need more information pertaining to that, I would refer you to go to the IRS Gov, type in IRA, 401k section, and it will give you all the answers that you need pertaining to that. And to your last part of that question, Leslie, yes, you can defer your last paycheck or over into the year, but I read that it was better to defer like bonuses or certain funds that are contributed to your account. Like if you got a bonus, say in October, and you know, I think I'm gonna go into a new tax bracket if I get this bonus. Try to put that bonus or something over and defer that. Or end of the year bonus. Some of us get the end of the year bonuses. So yes, you can defer your last paycheck or put those funds over into a retirement or HSA account. That will help you break that income, help you not go over into that income bracket.
Wow. Okay. That is excellent. I'm just learning so much today and already pre-planning what our tax strategies are going to be in going into 2019. So this has been excellent, and you have been extremely helpful in getting all of these questions that have been going through my head clearly answered, where I could understand what our moves need to be for our family. So I definitely thank you, Ebony.
Yes. Take it, take notes and consider, weigh your options out, even with insurances. Do I need this insurance, or do I got something that really covered what this insurance already do? Take into consideration all those things, and make the best options to save your money and be able to spend it on the things that you really need it to go into for you and your family.
All right. Now, Ebony, in the event that anyone of our audience members would like to get a hold of you, how and what is the best way for us to get a hold of you? How can my audience find you?
Your audience may email me at any time at larryebony5@gmail.com. That's LARRYEBONY, the number 5@gmail.com. Or they may reach me at my number 470-509-4941.
That is excellent. Ebony, I would definitely want to say again, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for answering our smart moves going into 2019 questions. You have been excellent. Thank you so much for being here and sharing with our audience.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Anytime. Any questions, feel free to get in contact with me. Not a problem.
Absolutely. I will have you on again. I want to say sometime in February. You'll have to come back and make sure that how we are all staying ready and staying on time with these taxes. So I will be getting in contact with you again, okay?
All right, not a problem.
Thank you, Ebony. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I greatly appreciate it again.
Thank you. All contact information for Ebony Larry will be on my blog at www.lesliejoy134.weebly.com, or you can re-listen to this podcast on my Facebook page or on our YouTube channel, Thriving Women Shine. If you feel moved by what we are doing with Thriving Women, donate any amount that your heart calls to give, and it would be greatly appreciated. Call me at 678-292-3906 for more information about donating. Thank you to our guest, Ebony Larry. Thank you to producer Layla J. And thank you, audience, for listening to Thriving Women Shine. Until we chat again, blessings to you and your family.